Puff Daddy to me is like a what's them dudes who run the 3-ring circus? That dude that come out and, you know what I mean, ringmaster.
Some massive allegations might be coming soon involving Justin Bieber, P. Diddy, and Usher. Usher was discovered when he was 14 years old by P. Diddy. In an interview with Oprah Winfrey in 2012, Usher admitted that Puff Daddy had brought him to sex parties and exposed him to drugs when he signed to the record label.
It appears Ice Cube is once again stirring up controversy, dropping hints about potentially shady dealings involving Jay-Z and Diddy. Brace yourselves for what could be a bombshell revelation, as the tea he's supposedly brewing threatens to shake things up. With each passing day, it feels increasingly likely that Jay-Z is following a similar tumultuous path as Diddy, suggesting there's much more to uncover. According to Ice Cube, there's a complex web of shadows connecting Jay-Z and Diddy, delving into some rather grim affairs while mutually covering their tracks. Interestingly, Jay-Z only severed ties with Diddy at the 11th hour, suggesting he was keen on concealing his own involvement.
I guess he the ringmaster because, you know, he do it big and he always put on a show. So Puffy is the ringmaster.
Moreover, rumors are circulating that Diddy may have played a role in Justin Bieber's substance use issues. These rumors gain credibility when taking into account past allegations made by Cassie and Bieber's own statements regarding his fight against addiction, especially under the early pressures of stardom. Notably, Bieber's recovery and professional successes appear to align with his reduced association with Diddy, raising inquiries about Diddy's impact on Bieber's previous difficulties.
Record label. The cycle repeated when Puff Daddy found Justin Bieber around the same age as when he found Usher. According to Justin Bieber's own mother, Puff Daddy corrupted her son, pressuring him to go to these drug-fueled sex parties. This all becomes even more disturbing given the R. Kelly-level allegations brought up against Sean Puffy Combs this past year.
Diddy's extravagant gifts to Bieber, such as a Ferrari and a mansion for his 18th birthday, have raised eyebrows, especially considering Diddy's previous financial controversies with other musicians. The situation becomes more intriguing as Diddy teases secret transactions with Bieber, opting to keep the specifics under wraps.
Other women and men all tell the same story of being drugged and SA'd by P. Diddy. P. Diddy allegedly admitted to murdering people to keep this all quiet.
On the other hand, with Diddy facing a barrage of legal battles, speculation arises whether Jay-Z might be next in the firing line for scrutiny. Yet, it prompts a moment of reflection. How did Jay-Z, of all people, become entangled with someone like Diddy, and what secrets could he be desperately guarding? Let's delve deeper into this enigma.
The thief is the worst thing. His hand should be chopped. Her hand should be chopped off. His or her hand should be. That's the way I feel about somebody taking something from somebody that ain't there. When you could go out and you could.
It appears that Jay-Z might be feeling the pressure, especially with Ice Cube allegedly revealing some rather dark details concerning the connection between him and Diddy. Rumors on the street
indicate that the information Ice Cube possesses could potentially deal a fatal blow to Jay-Z's career, possibly leading him straight into trouble.
There's talk suggesting that Ice Cube hasn't kept this tantalizing information to himself either. Whispers hint that he may have shared it with the authorities, aiming to bring both Jay and Diddy down. And let's not forget the recent spotlight on Jay-Z with all the scandals surrounding Diddy. People are now wondering if Jay might be the next one to face scrutiny.
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right? Jay-Z, over the course of his career, and I have to still say allegedly, has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy to know.
Storm Monroe, a well-connected insider, recently released a video shedding light on a potential storm brewing in Jay-Z's world. According to Monroe, once the chaos surrounding Diddy subsides, Jay-Z might find himself embroiled in a similar legal battle. Behind the scenes, shadowy figures are allegedly orchestrating Diddy's downfall and could drag Jay-Z into the fray.
What I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate. And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
Monroe hints at murky incidents from Jay-Z's past that the public is unaware of, suggesting a potentially uncomfortable revelation. Furthermore, Monroe discusses Jay-Z's past collaborations with R. Kelly, highlighting how adept PR and industry influence can conceal unsavory aspects of a persona.
And it's only so much of these stories that Jay-Z can, he can pay off or he can block. He won't be able to stop this. And she knows it, and he knows it too. As far as who's gonna be the breakout victim / story, I don't know.
I suppose you could call it public humiliation, because after the big documentaries air and they finish with Diddy, Jay-Z is the next big name to be exposed. For some reason, though, you guys like to conveniently forget how old Foxy Brown was when he was dating R. Kelly, and they were doing a lot of things to supposedly marry her when she was only 15. That's a big no-no because, legally, she couldn't sign any documents for herself. She needed a parent or guardian to do that. However, R. Kelly was able to pull some strings and obtain documentation stating that Aaliyah was 18 and competent to consent to marriage.
Jay-Z had a bunch of kids in the tri-state area, particularly Maryland. He paid off those kids to stay quiet, right? Remember, some stuff came out, a daughter came out, and then she disappeared. Allegedly, she ended up, going from being homeless with her kids to having a big house in Maryland and a black Escalade, and, she's quiet now.
Imagine fast-forwarding to the moment when the truth finally emerges. It's revealed that R. Kelly, already in his 20s, had fabricated documents to wed a child. The marriage ages, but Hollywood's murky dealings come to light. Here's the baffling twist. Despite apparent legal breaches, he somehow evades imprisonment. It seems a multitude of laws were flouted, yet in Hollywood, wealth and influence possess the power to erase transgressions and evade consequences. Consider this scenario. If the events surrounding R. Kelly unfolded in 2024, the backlash against him would have been monumental. Massive social media uproar, extensive investigations into document forgery and child marriage allegations, and a swift exit from the music industry would likely have been the outcome. However, this all occurred in the 90s, an era characterized by different societal norms. What's intriguing is Jay-Z's response, or lack thereof. Instead of distancing himself or denouncing R. Kelly, Jay-Z collaborated with him on a joint album and embarked on a tour together. Jaguar Wright found this association perplexing and couldn't comprehend how Jay-Z could condone being associated with R. Kelly, especially considering the serious allegations against him. In hindsight, Jay-Z's apparent acceptance of R. Kelly's actions, including his relationship with a minor and subsequent marriage, raises questions about his ethical stance. Indeed, as far back as 2002, Nas subtly suggested that Jay-Z was aware of R. Kelly's inappropriate behavior with underage girls, including Aaliyah. Nas divulged this information during an interview with Wendy Williams on the radio, prompted by the emergence of a tape showing R. Kelly with a younger girl. Nas remarked that the situation unfolded abruptly, with everyone involved attempting to navigate it. Two close friends found themselves entangled in a tumultuous love triangle, a recipe for disaster waiting to unfold. Jealousy reared its ugly head swiftly, especially as Aaliyah juggled dates between the two of them. However, the situation took an unexpected turn when Aaliyah began to show favoritism towards Dame, leaving Jay-Z feeling discontented. Known for his inability to handle defeat gracefully, Jay-Z's frustration reached its peak when Aaliyah and Dame escalated their relationship, leaving Jay-Z feeling betrayed. The 4th of July bash became the setting for revelations, as Jaguar Wright spilled the beans, corroborating Dame's version of events. Seeking vengeance, Jay-Z resorted to undermining Dame's business and betraying him, all because Dame won the affection of the girl they both desired.
They went too far. Sean Combs and Sean Carter have been working together for the better part of 25 years to find a way to take over full control of the entertainment industry. They have been slumping and sidelining relevant hip-hop communities for decades so that they can have control.
Jay-Z's attention veered from Aaliyah to Beyonce, aspiring to join Hollywood's most influential duo. The challenge lay in making Beyonce the leading lady of Tinseltown. However, let's not discount Beyoncé's innate greatness, or without Jay-Z, her destiny was assured. Casting our minds back to their initial encounter, Beyoncé was just emerging from Destiny's Child, determined to leave her mark. Meanwhile, Aaliyah was already establishing herself, poised to conquer the world. Yet, fate intervened tragically, leaving a vacuum at the summit. According to Jaguar Wright, it wasn't mere chance that paved Beyoncé's path to the spotlight. Interestingly, there's speculation that Aaliyah's untimely demise might not have been accidental, but rather a meticulously planned event.
And in this book, I talk about how Beyonce has indoctrinated so many modern-day women to think that they can replace their man, to be single, be independent, be strong, whatever. But when push came to shove and Jay-Z cheated on her ass stayed put right there. Why? Because Jay-Z's a billionaire, he's successful, he has more status than she does. And here's the problem. Beyonce has status too, but how many men are going to rise up to Beyonce's level?
Like Jay-Z.
Thank you. So here's the reality. Women date across and above. Men date down and up. She can't replace Jay-Z to the same level that Jay-Z can replace her, because men don't have the same amount of standards.
Let's delve into a brief recap. Aaliyah's passing wasn't a happenstance occurrence. Following the crash, rumors circulated that the small plane was overloaded by several hundred pounds, with the weight distributed unevenly, leading to chaotic control issues upon takeoff. Further investigation revealed the pilot's dubious credentials. He allegedly falsified his license and was under the influence of unknown substances. When the moment of crisis unfolded, Aaliyah found herself hesitating at the boarding gate, her apprehensions about flying laid bare. Kathy Lowley immortalized this episode in her book, chronicling the renowned songstress's life. It was on that fateful August 25, 2001, when Aaliyah, accompanied by 13-year-old Kingsley Russell, whose family operated a taxi service in the Abaco Islands, headed towards the airport for her return journey to the US. However, upon catching sight of the awaiting plane, Aaliyah made a decisive choice, opting out of boarding and instead retreating back to the cab. Kingsley Russell later recounted the incident, shedding light on how a member of Aaliyah's team revisited her in the cab, ensuring her well-being after her choice to abstain from the flight.
Carter has been buying companies and stopping my projects for 15 years.
Oh, Mr. Diddy, aka Mr. Love Nap. Dr.
No,
Love.
Sean Carter.
Jay. Okay. That's why it's Rock Nation. Like, you had some kind of C&D where you couldn't talk about Jay-Z, but
I never signed no paperwork.
Okay, you never signed no paperwork.
I just didn't want to put my family.
Kingsley divulged a bit of gossip, alleging that Aaliyah had expressed concerns about the plane. Reportedly, they gave her a sleeping pill, and despite her reservations, they transported her from the taxi to the plane while she was unconscious. Now, fans speculate about Jay-Z and R. Kelly's knowledge of the situation, given their close ties with Diddy. Perhaps Diddy even chuckled and carried on when karma caught up with R. Kelly. Jay-Z's PR team went into overdrive to distance him from any association with R. Kelly, and now it appears Jay-Z is doing the same with Diddy. It's intriguing, considering how tight-knit their relationship is. Do you recall when Diddy made it clear that only his mother and Jay-Z have the privilege to call him Sean? Not to mention, there's still a photo of Jay-Z proudly displayed on Diddy's website.
Who is Sean approved from the world of entertainment?
There's only one person.
Oh, go on.
And I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean.
He's the only person who's Sean approved.
There's not a single person that
outside of family.
That should be outside of my mother.
Okay,
That should be calling me. Yeah, that should be calling me Sean.
Diddy has been consistently praising Jay-Z, acknowledging his role in filling the monumental shoes left by legends like Biggie and Tupac. During an X-Space celebration for Biggie's 50th birthday on Tidal, back in 2022, Diddy couldn't contain his admiration for Jay-Z, especially for his contributions to the rap scene following the losses of Biggie and Pac. Diddy expressed his gratitude, saying, "Bro, you stepped up and filled those shoes. We are truly thankful for your presence. I know how much Big looked up to Jay." And let's not forget when Jay-Z partnered with the NFL and faced criticism, Diddy had his back, publicly supporting him. Taking to Instagram, Diddy declared Jay-Z as one of the greatest to ever grace the scene. emphasizing his selflessness and advocacy for others in the hip-hop culture. In these times, it's evident that there's a genuine bromance brewing between the two. Jay-Z took center stage at the 2022 BTA Awards, delivering a poignant narrative in a video montage celebrating Diddy's Lifetime Achievement Award. He hailed Diddy as an inspiration for youngsters striving from humble beginnings. However, amidst the accolades, whispers surfaced, suggesting Jay-Z might be ready to distance himself from Diddy amid public scrutiny, echoing the very criticisms Diddy faced.
Hey, what's up, Diddy? How you doing? Hey, is it true that Cassie's pregnant?
The irony deepens with rumors circulating about Jay-Z's involvement with Foxy Brown. Allegedly, Jay-Z initiated a relationship with her when she was just 14, culminating in involvement when she reached 15, while he was a 24-year-old making waves with LL Cool J's I Shot Ya remix. Foxy was making waves in the music scene, collaborating with prominent artists, but her standout partner was Jay-Z. Together, they dropped their first major duet, Ain't No N, featured on the Nutty Professor soundtrack in '96. The explicit lyrics raised eyebrows, especially since Foxy was only 15 at the time. Jay-Z later addressed the rumors in his song Picasso Baby, denying any involvement but acknowledging the controversy stirred up. Despite the criticism, Foxy and Jay-Z continued to make waves in the industry, proving their resilience against slander and maintaining their artistic integrity. As it turned out, Foxy wasn't exactly thrilled about it. She had been advising Jay to ignore the rumor, but during an interview she spilled the beans, expressing her shock when he dropped that line. According to Foxy, their connection went beyond just music, and they used to brush off such rumors with laughter. However, there's a twist to the story. Foxy felt compelled to address that embarrassing line from their past, a time when she was essentially a kid. She mentioned feeling the heat from people discussing her age, speculating that this might be why Jay decided to address it. The fact that he felt the need to mention it means something hit a nerve. It's quite peculiar, isn't it? She was supposedly involved as a teenager, and now she's defending him as an adult. It's a bit baffling, especially considering the entire situation. And just to reiterate, the issue of consent doesn't really apply here because she was a minor at the time. If the speculations hold true, it's a rather weighty issue. Consider Tiara Marie's journey before her stint on Love and Hip Hop. She once graced the scene at Def Jam alongside Jay-Z, who hailed her as the label's princess. However, come the night of her prom, the narrative took a sharp turn. Jay-Z executed a complete reversal, abruptly cutting ties with her without any elucidation. According to Jay-Z's account, Tiara Marie's departure from Def Jam stemmed from the lackluster performance of her debut album. Yet, the statistics paint a different picture. Her album amassed sales of 69,000 copies, securing the 5th position on the Billboard 200 and clinching the runner-up spot on the R&B and hip-hop albums chart. For a debut endeavor, these numbers hardly signify failure. Nonetheless, Jay-Z appears determined to cast it as a colossal flop, leaving Tiara Marie ousted from the label without a discernible rationale. Now here's an unexpected turn. Rihanna released her debut album a few weeks later, selling 69,000 copies. However, her album lands at number 10 on the charts. According to Jay-Z's reasoning with Tiara, Rihanna should have faced a similar fate. But contrary to expectations, Rihanna stands firm.
So I had to go meet and audition for Jay-Z, and after the audition, he signed me right there that same night, and that's how I got started.
Then I had to sign?
It was my very first time meeting a celebrity, and I was really, really nervous. I was really scared. I remember being in the lobby before I met him, just shaking. But after I met him, he's one of the...
Rumors suggest that the not-so-secret ingredient to her resilience lies in Jay-Z's alleged involvement with Tiara, who was still in high school at the time. A cryptic source reveals that L.A. Reid purportedly initiated the connection with Tiara, then passed her on to Ray J, who subsequently introduced her to Jay-Z. It's a convoluted situation, especially considering Tiara's minor status at the time. Hang tight, because there's a twist in the tale involving Ray J and Tiara back in 2006, right after Jay-Z let her go. She was just 18 and he was 25. But whispers suggested their relationship may have started even earlier, possibly before she reached the legal age. Now here's where Jay-Z's narrative starts to unravel. If her debut album was such a disappointment that he was considering dropping her, why was she already working on a second one? Well, according to the grapevine, the real reason behind Jay-Z cutting ties wasn't solely about album sales. It seems Ray J, wanting Tiara all to himself, grew envious of Jay-Z's involvement. Rumors swirl that Beyonce got wind of the affair and took a stand, insisting Jay-Z sever all ties with Tiara. However, Jay-Z's response wasn't just to drop Tiara from Def Jam. He went further, effectively blacklisting her from the industry, ensuring she received no opportunities. It's no surprise Tiara's career took a nosedive after leaving Def Jam.
Well, it's my soulmate, it's the person I love, you know. And you can be in love with someone, you can love someone and if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications, period. And if you can either address it or you can pretend until it blows up at some point. And, you know, for us, we chose to fight for our love, for our family, to give our kids a different outcome. You see,
despite her undeniable talent showcased by her debut album reaching the top 5 on the Billboard Hot 200, Louisiana Reed suggested Beyonce played a pivotal role in the label's decision to shift focus to Rihanna, ultimately leading to Tiara's departure. According to Reed, during an in-house company showcase attended by Beyonce and Jay-Z, Tiara Marie, Rihanna, and a girl group called Black Butterfly, along with Neo, performed. Beyonce wielded significant influence in Hollywood, her words carrying weight. Aware of her power, she strategically dropped a comment that subtly guided the direction of L.A. Reid's decisions. Admirably, she maneuvered the situation so seamlessly that L.A. Reid remained oblivious to being manipulated. Initially, it appeared she was simply supporting Rihanna, an artist signed by her husband Jay-Z to Def Jam. However, it later emerged that her intentions were deeper. She allegedly aimed to diminish competition to pave the way for her husband's success.
In the beginning of my career, I remember Pun the Replay started doing really well, and he came up to me at a showcase and he said, "You must be a really great person because great things keep happening for you. Don't ever change who you are, always remain humble, the same," and it kind of rings in my ear. Like every day I hear that, and it stuck with me, and I have a lot to be grateful for.
Now, let's venture into the swirling rumors surrounding Queen Bey and Jay-Z's dynamic. There's chatter on the streets alleging that Jay-Z was orchestrating and shaping their relationship from the start. The gossip mill suggests they got together when she was merely 18 and he was already 30.
song. I was telling Kanye that I wanted to do a song with Beyonce. He was working. I wrote a song on the album. Wrote a couple songs, you know. I don't know how many she used.
You doing a lot of solo writing for her solo album?
No, I don't know how many she's gonna use. I know she definitely used one of the songs I wrote, so I don't know.
However, Jay-Z refutes this narrative, stating that their romantic journey began when she turned 20 and he was 32. Nevertheless, it's a perplexing tale, especially since Beyonce herself hinted at their earlier connection, mentioning she was 18 when they crossed paths and 19 when their courtship commenced. While she wasn't underage, the 12-year age gap raises eyebrows, particularly considering she was still in her teenage years. Moreover, it's noteworthy that Jay-Z marked Beyonce's inaugural significant relationship. She has candidly shared how her adolescence was consumed by ambition. Reflecting on those years, she stated, "My teenage years were dedicated to relentless pursuit. My focus was Destiny's Child and the aspiration of securing a record deal to venture into the realm of music. If an endeavor didn't contribute to my aspirations, I allocated it no time." Not only did Jay-Z have a significant age gap of 12 years with Beyonce, but she was also relatively inexperienced in relationships. But hold on tight, because there's a twist in this Jay-Z and Beyonce saga. According to Beyonce's former bodyguard, Jay-Z supposedly becomes excessively paranoid, fearing Beyonce might walk away from him. Rumor has it that he resorts to extreme measures to keep her under control, allegedly providing her with drugs. Jaguar didn't hold back when discussing Jay-Z, likening his control over Beyonce to Britney Spears' situation. She went further, suggesting Beyonce feels like a captive in her marriage. But that wasn't all Jaguar had to say. She also remarked that Jay-Z surpasses Diddy in terms of controversy. Considering the rumors that swirl around Diddy, this is quite a statement. If Jaguar believes Jay-Z outdoes Diddy, it begs the question, what's really happening behind closed doors?
Big L?
I would just rather do it on the stand, Sean. Please sue me. I want to go to court. And I want to talk about Big L on the stand.
According to Jaguar, Jay-Z is simply more astute than Diddy, managing his affairs more discreetly and avoiding the limelight. This echoes Ice Cube's observations that Jay-Z is gradually distancing himself from Diddy, letting him face public scrutiny alone while pursuing his own ventures covertly. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.